Hi there, weight loss people and YouTubers. This is Jane saying hi from Sydney, Australia. And this is my weight loss blog. Week number 5. So 5 weeks since my surgery. And what an interesting week it has been. Let's see, let's start off with some stats. So my highest weight was 88 kilos. My weight on day of surgery was 85.9 kilos. And this week I am 78.5 kilos. So got out of the 80s finally. That has been up and down for pretty much the last 4 weeks. Not a whole heap of weight loss this week. It's only half a kilo, but it's, well, just over half a kilo, 600 grams. But it has started coming down, so I'm really, really happy about that. I think I mentioned last week's video that the nutritionist had told me the reason why my weight had stalled is because I wasn't eating enough calories. So I am keeping an eye on that and making sure that I am eating at least 700 calories a day, but it is a struggle. It really is a struggle. And also drinking heaps of water and taking laxative every night. And that's pretty much what's got everything moving down on the scale, which is always good to see. So I'm well and truly out of the 80s now, so I'm very, very happy about that. It has still, it was still fluctuating the beginning of the week, but since then it's just been a steep decline, so I'm happy about that. So what's happened this week? I mentioned last week that I was going out to dinner with people from work, so that was a really fun night. I really enjoyed that. It was kind of weird not drinking. I'm really not used to going out to a pub and not drinking, and being able to drive home. Weird. I didn't even, I wasn't even thinking about how, I was just imagining I'll just get a taxi, until my friend said, oh, well, why don't you just drive because you're not drinking. So great idea. Yes, I got to drive home, and the parking was so cheap in the city because I pre-booked it. It was like $12, so did that. People were a little bit curious as to why I wasn't drinking. The only people at work who know about my surgery are my boss, who's very supportive. He has some friends who've had the same thing done, and my close colleague, who is one of my best friends anyway. So she was kind of trying to field some questions for me as well. It's mostly the people that were sitting close to me, just like, oh, so why are you not drinking? Basically just said, oh, doctor's orders, I can't drink for a few weeks, and they were like, oh, you must be on antibiotics and hay or something like that. I'm like, yeah. So just go along with it. But eating was quite interesting as well. So it was only the first few days that I've been able to eat anything more solid. I'm on the soft foods at the moment. So having a look at the menu, not wanting to waste food or waste money too much, I went for an entree-sized tempura prawns. They weren't tempura prawns, they were battered prawns. But they were yummy. I managed to eat 3.5, and I could not fit another mouthful in. So that was kind of weird, because then I was getting like, oh, I thought you were hungry. How can you be full already kind of looks. But yeah, but you just change the conversation, and people forget and whatever. I just put a napkin over it when I was finished, so it didn't look really obvious. But it was, and even when I saw other people's meals come out, because my colleagues, apart from my close colleague is my friend, all my other colleagues are guys, because I work with lots and lots of tradies, electricians and engineers and designers and all that kind of stuff. So they were all having these big burgers and steaks and stuff, and I just took one look at it, and it looked nice, apart from it looked a little bit greasy, but I didn't really want to eat anything like that at all. I just, yeah. It was just completely weird because that's normally something that I would have really enjoyed. Um, but yeah, so that was the first time I ate out. The next time, then I had dinner over the next night. I had dinner at my boyfriend's house, and now ex-boyfriend, but boyfriend at the time, and I was able to eat two mouthfuls of chicken and a little bit of potato and one tiny piece of cauliflower, and I was full. That was it. Um, but he knows the situation, so he thought it was funny, but yeah, other than that, not a big deal. So, and then the next food challenging day I had was we had Melbourne Cup here in Australia is like a huge day once a year, the first Tuesday of every November. They have a horse race called the Melbourne Cup, and for the 7 minutes, whatever it is that the horse race goes, the whole country just stops and watches this race. It's like huge. So we had a morning tea at work, so we organised that, and people were brought in stuff, and basically there was nothing that anybody brought in that I could eat because it was pretty much all bread, biscuit based stuff. So, yeah, so I think, somebody brought in some sweet chili cream cheese and some dip or something. So I was able to, because I had my little crusket things there, I was able to have some of that, but that was it. That was it. So, but that's fine. I had my mint tea and sat around chatting with everybody, and yeah, they just figure I'm on a diet because I'm always on a diet, and that's why I couldn't eat. So yeah, so that's all good. But coming up to birthday season now, including my own birthday in a few weeks, so lots of birthdays around the office, so lots of cakes, and I'm the person that has to go buy the cakes. Interesting. The next two birthdays, one of them's mine and one another guy, and he doesn't like sponge cake, so he's getting both for both times. I think I get cheesecake because I can eat the cream cheese in the cheesecake, so that'll be fine. I'll just get a small piece of that, and at least then I can show that I'm eating something. What else? I got my hair done this morning, in case you noticed. It's a lot lighter. So I spent a ridiculous amount of time in the hairdresser, but it was busy, so I didn't have anything else to do, so it didn't matter. Did a little bit of shopping and stuff. So the other big news that happened this week is my boyfriend dumped me. Mostly due to his own issues, I would say, because I certainly didn't do anything wrong. He tried to cheat on me a couple of months ago, and he's still feeling so very guilty. He can't get over the guilt, can't work through it, won't talk about it, and so he's just taking it out of me. And so it's kind of been coming for a little while. And so I was kind of prepared for it. So to be honest, I haven't cried. I was a bit teary yesterday, but I think that was more out of frustration than anything else. Last night he sent me a text message because I have some things of mine stored in his garage. And he's got two garages. There's plenty of room there. My stuff is not taking up very much room at all. But he decided last night he was going to go on a bit of a rant and demanded I get my stuff out of his garage in the next 3 days. I told him, well, you haven't really given me any time to organise storage. I don't have money for storage this week. Like, what do you want me to do? And he was like, oh, it's not my problem. I'll just chuck it out on the street. If you don't come and pick it up, I'll just throw it outside. So that was really frustrating, and it took me to a place in anger, which I've never ever been to with him. And I said some pretty nasty but true things. And he wasn't even interested in discussing anything. So anyway, this morning he sends me a text saying, oh, look, don't worry about it. I'll give you more time. So Okay, fine, got more time. Don't know how long that time is. Wouldn't answer that text yet, so I have to wait and see. But I'm going to try and get the stuff out in the next few weeks anyway, because it's going to be a lot easier for me, and it means I don't have to deal with that stuff anymore. One thing that I did notice, I'm a big comfort eater, so the breakup did affect my eating. Emotional eater, yeah. So I went to KFC, and I figured, well, I can't really eat very much anyway. What did I get? I got 6 nuggets and the small chips and water, because obviously I can't have any carbonation. Um, managed 3 chicken nuggets and 2 chips, and then I waited a few hours and I tried to get the other 3 nuggets down and some more chips. Didn't really work that way. I ended up having to vomit because I was upset, and I was trying to stuff myself, and of course I can't stuff myself now because I have a tiny, 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 tiny stomach. So yeah, so I spent a little bit of time in the bathroom there. Learnt from that experience. I'm now just trying to have 5 very small meals a day, because I found that I'm getting a lot of indigestion as well this week, but also trying to eat foods. Some foods are really difficult. Any kind of meat, it's really hard to digest, so I can't eat very much meat itself. Fish, seafood, not that difficult. My stomach seems to handle it really, really well. Eggs, still cannot handle eggs at all. Don't even like the taste of them very much, to be honest, anymore. So I don't know how that's going to go. I'll keep trying them. Everything else has been pretty good though. Summer's finally arrived. Now I can do some good exercise, some core exercise. So what day is it today? Friday. So Sunday I'm going to the water park, or water slides, Wet and Wild in Sydney, and with my brother and his wife. My niece is busy that weekend, so she doesn't get to go. But we've all got season passes, so she'll get plenty of chances to go. So we're going to go. It's going to be a nice sunny day. So we're going to go have some fun, go some sliding. My sister-in-law has told me she only wants to go if I'm going to go on the scary rides with her. So that's a big challenge for me because I don't like the scary rides. Gonna try. But yeah, I'm a bit of a chicken when it comes to stuff like that. And my brother and my sister-in-law are both complete daredevils. So at least my brother's there. He can go on scary rides with her, so that's fine. And then, but yeah, looking forward to getting some sun, getting out there, getting my swimmers on. I have definitely noticed a difference in my body this week. Clothes are fitting heaps better. I've really, really noticed. There are times I've looked in the mirror and I'm like, whoa. So that's really exciting. That's really, really exciting. I'm just hoping that it keeps going. Of course it will. Of course it will. It's just, you kind of get, will it, won't it, will it, won't, I don't know. It's a mind game that goes around in your head. Maybe I'm the one person that doesn't work for, or whatever goes on in your head. It definitely is a mental journey as well as a physical one. But so far so good, and looking forward to saying hi again on week 6, and hopefully I'll have some more loss to report to you. Until then, please like if you liked this week's update, and subscribe. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you later. Bye.